We are live. Sorry I made you all wait. Hi, Beth, Patty Price, Treasure Hunter Neil, Jesus is Lord, Barb, Charlene Grady, Ed's Crazy Adventures, Brenda Freedom Redbird. Hello. So good to see you all here. So good. I am late. I was trying to scarf down supper. You know how that goes, right? Like I was so trying to scarf down supper. Okay, so I see Tara and Jason are in the basement, but we're gonna leave them there for a minute. Hi guys. Do you have your Arkansas wine? I've got my Missouri wine, Tara. you we got a card from Debbie Druck and it says thinking of you. And it says, some people make the world more special. So happy you're a part of mine. It just about made me cry. T and J, hello, Teddy and Jessica. Hello, Urban Bucket Homestead, our cabin in the woods, and Chris, Sherman's Family Farm. How you doing? But I want to read this note because she just blesses us. Hello, Kevin. Happy birthday. You and Jan make so much joy in my life. And I look forward to each live garage talk videos. I even enjoy the loose faucet. Oh gosh. Y'all are real people and I can relate to you. Love Debbie. Debbie, if you come in here, thank you so much for remembering the boss on his birthday. It meant so much to him. Hello, Jerry. How are you, my friend? Oh, hello, Lon at Homesteading Pastor. How are you? So, I have a couple announcements, and we've got the Whiterock Homestead in the basement, and I'm never gonna have to be able to wash this. So, but give me a second. What I wanted to tell y'all, if you're gonna order merchandise for the Ozark YouTube meetup, I put it on my community page. You have to order before the 10th. After that, it's gone. It's gone. Ain't no more. It's gone. But it's a great logo. My dear friend made it up for me. And I'm just super excited how it turned out. So, hey, Anne Marie, big dreams. So, who wants to have White Rock show up? I said Black Rock to Ed earlier. It's White Rock. White Rock Homestead. You guys, Tara and Jason are the shiznits. I love them. I just fell in love with them the minute I met them. And they're awesome people. Hi, Cindy and Gary. So let's bring our guest up for the night. Here we go now. There you are.
Hello, Miss Jan.
Hello, Tara. Hello, Jason. Good to have
Hello,
you.
hello.
So happy to have you on. Is this your first official YouTube interview thing?
It is. It is. I mean, we've jumped in on other lives before. Well, obviously with you and, those
Yeah.
late night nights. But yeah, this is our first scheduled interview.
Cool. Cool. I feel so special. Bandit wanted to
We
come up
love you,
and say
Jan.
hi. He's a hoot. That's our new livestock guardian puppy. And then Bear is in the yard, probably finding
Nice.
chickens to oh yeah, he does have the training collar. We had to zap him today. We finally got it
We
worked out. Okay,
troublemakers, as
Bandit.
says. Hi,
So
Freedom Redbird. Hi, everybody. We're trying to read through also. Miss
go ahead
Patty
and say
Price.
hi to everybody.
Yeah, Butler
Homesteading
Family Farm.
Pastor, Lon, Ark Wildman, Homesteading.
There's a
Now
lot.
I've been following Lon and Robbie Lynn for a couple of years now, and they are amazing. Lon is a pastor, and they just are amazing. children of God. They're awesome. So
Nice.
just saying,
So nice
if
to
you
meet you
wanna
guys.
follow. Let's see. Everyone's just saying hi, so we're gonna have everyone say hi.
Dreams. Big Dreams Tiny Budget. Yay. Hi guys.
Yeah,
Dark
she
Wild
stayed
Man.
awake for our live. She's so tired. She was up at 4 in
Oh,
the
that's so
morning.
awesome. Butler
I
Family
think she took
Farm.
a
Yeah.
power nap, but she's
We could
stayed.
probably
Yeah,
use
we
one.
could probably use one. We were working on the tiny house all day.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Big Dreams Tiny Budget said hello, Richard, boss. She calls him Richard because he calls her Annie.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, Richard.
Just you know what Richard stands for, right?
It's what's short. What
I
do
missed
people
that.
say short for Richard?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you're gonna chime in? No, he's gonna chime
I'm
in.
just.
I said you need to come
This is
up
about
on
Jason and Tara. That's why I'm not going to be in on it.
No, I want him in
Oh,
on
we
it.
like
but he's-
you.
Yeah, I told him that. He's
I
just
got to watch this dog that keeps going after chickens or this pup. So I got the training
Oh,
collar.
you'll
on him.
hear him. You
Yeah.
can run off. Look, we got.
I know,
pictures. I'm sure
he's
there's.
Bear is fast. Just come and say hi.
I will. I'll come stay.
Come on.
Say hi.
You move your chair over. Come and say
So
hi.
Jan's got her Whiterock shirt on,
Yeah,
which will never be washed.
never be.
Yeah,
Mine
don't
will
wash
never-
it.
Mine will never be washed.
I wonder if I wash it by hand if it'd make any difference.
I don't know
Is
if it will. I mean, they're
is
supposed
this
to be
the
making
one?
it right.
What if you ironed it on there, like ironed it more or something?
The company said that they think their white ink went bad.
Oh,
And
White
so
rock
they-
heart?
and that.
The
Oh, in this
blue.
purple.
So whatever colors they needed to make the blue, they think went bad. And so he is redoing them and sent them through the fourth wash and they're holding up. So we just need to
okay.
decide if we're what we're gonna do with that. But yeah, glad you're wearing it and thank you so much.
Yeah, I had to represent my peeps, man. Hey, back to country. What's up? Good to see you.
And we do, and we should have put something out there. Maybe we'll have to get on the community page. So
Yeah.
those are shirts that we had made locally.
Yeah,
There is a merch link, which we haven't pushed it a lot because we want to try to find, I don't know, something more local to do our merch so we can have some on
Right.
hand. But if you're on our page and go through merch, those shirts don't have issues. It's just the ones we brought to the meetup.
Yeah.
right. And that's the one the veterans did, right? The veterans.
Yeah,
Guy.
yeah.
And we're still
And,
Hi,
gonna support
Tish.
them.
and he feels horrible. Like,
yeah,
and,
he
and
feels
he's
horrible.
he's working like
course.
triple time to try to fix it and get us something good because we wanted to support them. But
Yeah.
the ones, if anybody gets on, which I don't know, we haven't even looked at it. If they get on and look at the page and see the merch, that merch is ordered through
Spreadshirt.
Spreadshirt.
I'm
I'm looking at
okay.
other
that stuff's
ones.
good to go.
Yeah, and we've got a collaboration coming up with well, I'll put it on our page, but Mark Wilson, and they're going to be doing an interview with another merch provider within our community. So how
Yeah.
awesome is that?
Yeah,
If we have somebody within our community
I did.
that has that kind of service. So we're
Kicking
definitely
the
open for
table.
opportunities, but we want to continue to support the veterans,
Yes.
what they do here in Mountain Home and the homeless shelter and stuff. So we're going to continue to support them.
Yeah.
And they're working hard
Well,
right with the shirt.
stuff happens. I mean, it's a live and learn, and
Crap
it
happens.
is what it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan.
It was
Hi,
just a
Tish.
bummer.
Hi,
It was
Ryan.
just a bummer. It was, yeah.
I know.
No judgment
but-
here. Hi, how are you? Ryan, the tech guy. We always like tech guys.
He's in England.
Animal, veterans,
So-
big dreams. Tech.
I got a question. Does everybody know how y'all met? Now you told us how y'all met. It's a great story.
It is.
Probably not. I don't think we put it out, so you guys are going to get an exclusive.
I didn't know. Kevin told
I
me.
told
And I'm
her.
like,
I was
no
like,
kidding.
I said that's
So cool.
that is so cool. So y'all tell the story about how y'all met.
Yeah.
All right. So my middle son, Zach, which y'all haven't met yet. I don't think we've got him on video yet, but he's back in Ohio. So he's a Marine also. And long story short, where he was stationed, his bunk, what do you call them? Your bunkies? Or whoever he was rooming with during that particular part of his career, met a girl who had a friend who came down and met my son. Anyway, you know how military relationships are quick and swift, and all of a sudden he tells me that he's got somebody that he's going to ask to marry. And long story short, it ended up being Jason's ex-stepdaughter. And so we met through my son, but we added each other on Facebook because we all thought we had a wedding to plan. And, you know, but at the time, you know, I was just rocking it out, doing my nurse thing, doing my, you know, strong, independent woman thing. And a couple years later, you know, he had already gone through that divorce way, way, way before. And of course, the kids didn't work out. 2 weeks after they were engaged, it was a ixnay. So, you know, that's just kind of the way it goes. But a couple years later, after his divorce, and I was still just kind of rocking out the independent, strong woman, him and Zach maintained a friendship, and he sent a message and I sent a message back, and he sent another message, and
and it started with just a message about him. Like I had talked to him the whole time because of the whole Marine connection, and he would call me all the time for advice and that kind of stuff, and text me, and he had sent me some messages about living and, you know, where he was living, what was going on, some life stuff, and I had messaged her all about that. So I think our first couple messages were about him, because neither one of us were looking for a relationship. So it was
caveat though. When I first saw a picture of this man, I thought, oh my gosh, he is the most handsomest man I've ever seen in my life. But oh gosh, I have no poker face. So I don't have to meet this man at a wedding that never occurred.
It was we started talking when it switched from a conversation about him to, you know, like us and what our lives were going on. She's filling me in on everything that happened, you know, because I had been posting quite a bit of stuff on Facebook. You know, just staying active. The youth camp I worked for at the time, a lot of things were going on with that, so I was posting all kinds of stuff on there. And she was telling me the play-by-play of basically my Facebook history.
I think my first message or a comment on his picture, he'd posted a picture, and I think my very first comment ever to this man was, "That's a mighty fine beard."
And that's how you hooked
and well, he said it was my eyes.
Yeah, her eyes just draw you in.
You have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. And
we've made it work. I think this is what, year
5,
6.
It is 6. Is it 6? I think it's 6. Wow. And we just, I don't know. You find someone, you just resonate with them, and we skipped the little stuff. Like we were already right, Jan. We were already kind of all in before I even knew how old he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was closer to my age. I'm a cradle robber. I didn't even know it. So but at that point it didn't matter. And and at the time, you know, I was full on going to be travel nursing, and I wanted to buy my old school bus from our school system. And I was saying, you know, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to buy my school bus that I used to drive when I was going through nursing school, and I'm going to convert it. I'm going to travel nurse. I said, I know it sounds goofy and I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to tell you that anyway. And he's like, I already have a schoolie.
Show off.
And she thought I was lying. She's straight up on the phone. So, and I guess part of the story, so the oddness of our, you know, my former stepdaughter and her son crossing, we lived 2.5 hours apart.
Yeah.
So there was no way that we would have ever crossed paths.
Because I think Zach was
for them.
I think Zach was at Fort Leonard Wood, I believe, when they started their relationship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
well,
he
he was offered an officer in the military, and I told him, I said, if you had ever taken that position, we probably would have never met.
I was enlisted in the Army, and to get me to re-enlist, so like they had like my MOS had a 3 alpha bonus, and they tried to get me with that.
Yeah.
They tried to get me to They tried to get me to that. They'd give me I'd go and re-enlist over in the Middle East. This was just prior to 9/11, a year before 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
They offered to fly me back over to the Middle East because I'd already been there. Served a deployment over there. It was in between the Gulf Wars, and they offered me that.
Thank you, Ed.
You know, that I'd re-enlist over there, so it'd all be tax-free. Then they said they offered me OCS. Then they offered me OCS to re-enlist or to go, you know, to stay in.
Gail.
And they couldn't get me, and I had a staff sergeant that said, "Oh, you'll be back within 5 years." And I said, "Nope, I'm not coming back. I did my time. I just wanted to serve my time, and that's all I wanted to do."
Yep.
That's all I wanted to do. But I was in the Army.
I tried. Yeah, I tried. Well, the Army tried to pull me over after my first enlistment. Had really good incentives, but I just couldn't do it. And so, but then all my other re-enlistments, I always managed to re-enlist in the time that they weren't given, like my group with my MOS and stuff, we weren't getting bonuses. So
that's crazy. That's insane. I gotta break you. Josh at Sherman's Family Farm just became a new member of our channel. Thank you, Josh.
All right.
Hello,
hi guys. Yeah, and I see there's a bunch more that join, like Mike and Terry are here, Tamara and David, Works Littlefield. Yeah.
All right, I'm rocking Mike and Terry's hat.
Yeah, he loves that hat.
I like it.
I got Pierogies on because it matched my outfit. You know, it matched.
Yeah, I saved the good hat. Mike and Terry's hats for my going to town, but I'm all dirty and sweaty today. So
yeah.
J
and B, and Tamara and David are here. Milk and Honey, Full Blown Country. I'm going to go
Southern
back.
Living. Hello,
Laren Directo. Thank you so much for coming. That's awesome to see you guys. And I don't know what a cougar is except a 4-legged animal.
Well, I guess there is true definitions that they've like considered for that term.
Well, and what do you call a guy with a younger woman? You don't call them a cougar.
I don't know, because I'm technically a jaguar. To be a cougar, you have to have more than
I'd rather be a jaguar.
And I'm only 7, so I'm a jaguar. I'm not a cougar.
I'm with you, Tara, man. Right on. Oh, BNS Odyssey is here.
So
hey, BNS.
Oh yeah, hey
Neil.
Hey BNS
and Beth.
Neil and Beth.
Yeah, Carol. Hello, sweetheart. Carol reminded me, I want to make a quick announcement. Our dear friend Beth D passed away this morning, and she had stage 4 cancer, and then they found more, and we're just really grieving her loss because she was such a sweetheart. And pray for Jesse and Lisa, because I don't know if it's appropriate. I'm not going to say it here. I'll let Jesse and Lisa make the announcement. But I'm going to call it there.
We're sorry for that loss, for sure.
Yeah. But Beth D was an amazing person. She was so fun. Hi, CB and Huga.
What did you guys work on today?
Today, yeah.
What was your you said you guys were worn out today, a little bit tired. You know, I need a cat nap. What you gotta
do? We can't give it all away.
Can't give it all away.
But we got quite a bit done on the house.
They're working on the house.
You know, we rushed quite a bit to make it to the meetup, so we could empty the camper and actually be able to haul it.
So now we're kind of moving this pile to work on this, and then moving that pile to work on that, and
everything's taking twice as long because, like she said, it's move a pile here, move a pile there.
Give you a little bit of a sneak peek.
I put it
so we're having to design our own staircase. So that gives you a little clue as to what we're kind of working on today.
Stairs are big,
it's a small space.
Yeah,
it's a small space, and Big Booty Judy can't take a ladder, so I need a staircase. But it can't be regulation all the way because we don't have the space. So he's working on getting the right rise in the fall, or the tread in the rise. You know, and working on that. And I've been working in the kitchen, and I gave a little sneak peek of some of my design choices that are coming up. So super excited about those. I love the way it's coming together. I wanted something that looked very old worldy, like kind of like a Downton Abbey meets Poldark meets Outlander meets Pioneer Village.
Yeah,
that's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be awesome. Our life off grid. Hello,
that is gonna be really cool.
Lynette,
I like old world stuff.
Coffee Angel Crest. Good to see you.
And we've picked up a lot of stuff. Well, we're avid thrifters and avid antiquers, and I love cast iron. So that should give you a really big clue as to what this final product's gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I bet it's gonna be pretty darn cool.
Yes, I'm super excited. I get excited every time I walk into the room. It's just gorgeous.
Well, I have a dream of putting some shiplap up on the ceilings because I hate them. I hate our ceilings, and I'm like, I don't really want to waste the paint on it. You know, hey JB Pierogi, I don't want to waste the paint on it. So I'm like,
hey JB,
I just want to slap some shiplap up there, you know, and paint it white or do something.
Well, and we went back and forth a lot on the build because we didn't. Well, I didn't want anything to do with drywall again. After we did our last house up north, I'm done with drywall. So, but this one ends up getting drywall. So luckily it's a lot smaller space and it's not as bad, but that was for that same reason. Was you can put up wood and you can either stain it and, you know, varnish it, let it be, or you can paint over it afterwards, but it's not as much work. But the cost really drove that. We just cost and trying to get it done a little bit quicker. And we can always cover the drywall later if you want.
Yeah, and we looked at we have a sawmill, but we don't have a we have a sawmill, but it's in the shipping crate still. We don't have it put together. So to be able to find like a 1/2-inch plank that's not, because shoot, you go into the home stores now and there's a premium price on things that are old world. You know what I mean? Like they're charging a boatload for a 1/2-inch board with a tongue and groove on it. It's outrageous.
That is, life with Tamara and David. Exactly. That stuff is fragile. That needs to be handled.
Yeah. And
bead board. Bead board would be great, J&B. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's that I had some left over from a project up north at my daughter's house. And so that'll be on the video too, because I put it to really good use. And I love that beadboard look, especially in this. And you all are going to have to check it out and tell me, because right now it's not painted. It's the natural wood. And I can't decide if I want to paint it or leave it. So I'm going to need your guys' help. So when we put that video out, you're going to have to look at it and you're going to have to tell me, because honestly, I think I'm going to love it.
Part of me wants to stain the ceiling wood, but we got a lot of ceiling, y'all. I mean, a lot. We have 1,900 square feet. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not something that's just going to happen tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, Hey, Alfonso, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, it's totally
Haggy Homestead. Thank you.
Huga. It's Huga.
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 Sorry, I'm awful with names.
Well,
I'm sure she got it wrong the first
I
10 times
butchered
she said it.
CB's name for months. She finally put Huga.
Huga. Yeah, you got to do that little that
Yeah,
encyclopedia
there's a
little
meaning to it, and I can't
dictionary
remember what
thing.
it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Oh, cool,
Yep.
Alfonso. That's awesome.
Leave it for now and paint it later if you hate it. That's from Anne.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going,
That's a
but
good idea.
to kind of, and if you go back and look at some of our other videos, I wanted a wood plank ceiling with exposed beams, and he made it happen. And
Awesome.
we're also, for the flooring, we're going with large 12-inch plank flooring with the black nail-headed nails to mimic that. I didn't want tongue and groove. I wanted it very, very old world. And so I'm concerned because the stuff that I went around that beadboard, it's a tongue and groove, but it's a real cheap tongue and groove. So my only concern is that it'll pull from the richness of those planks that are real and thick. So yeah, I don't know, but I think I'm going to go with that. That's a great idea. Maybe we will just leave it and then see what it looks like when it all comes together. That's going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, Anne Marie, when she did her tiny cabin, it turned out so drop dead.
She says she
beautiful.
left it bare and she loved it.
Yeah, it looked so pretty. I mean, you do have to seal the wood. You still have to seal it, but it turned out so pretty.
Well, I tell you what, we have every shade of stain you can think of, every varnish you can think of, every polyurethane. We happened to stop in at when we first moved here, one of the local hardware stores.
Yeah.
And they were actually getting rid of a name brand, we won't mention it, but a name brand trademark or whatever you call it, whatever. And they were going with just their own stuff. So they were getting rid of all of their merchandise that had this particular brand on it at 75% off. And so we went in there, and I tell you what, we loaded up on every color stain, every color varnish, exterior, interior. We had 2 cartloads full of stuff. We walked out of there, it was like $42.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't beat it. So if y'all need some, let me know. We have it. So I won't be at a shortage. I won't be at a shortage for doing the wood in that tiny house for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys met each other up in Ohio, right? Is that where you met?
I was living in Ohio, a little village called Hicksville. And I lived out in the country. Hicksville, it's real.
Perfect.
Jerry Springer did an expose on us.
God, of course he did.
But yeah. And I had been single about a decade, and I had built with my kids a homestead in Ohio. All my neighbors were Amish. And we're a huge Amish and Mennonite community up there. And I had hogs and chickens and raccoons I raised, and gardens and all that stuff. My kids worked on the corn farm down the road. So we were just kind of living that self-reliance and that lifestyle that I've been dreaming of for 15 years. And when I met him, he was back. He'd already retired, and he was back up in Michigan.
Stop it. Sorry.
And so I went ahead, and I had a couple properties in Ohio I had to sell, and I was sad to see the homestead go, but I had bigger and better things to look forward to. And it was totally worth it. It was totally worth it. I wouldn't change it for a thing. Yeah. So then I moved to Michigan for 2 years.
Okay.
And then we sold our house that we bought up there together and remodeled and flipped. And here we are. We're in Arkansas.
Awesome. I'm going to stop real quick and say hi to Les at Carpenter's Self-Reliance, my Aussie Garden and Kitchen Daz. Hi, Colby. Hello. So good to see y'all.
Old Man King Homestead. Hello. JB Conway. Some of these are some I've never seen.
JB Coffee is Pure Okie. You met her.
Okay. Yep. No Pure Okie.
Yeah.
My Aussie Garden and Kitchen.
Everyone's kicking the table today. So Colby lives in
Arkansas.
Colby,
you live in Arkansas too. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. It's hysterical. We live in Missouri, and most of our friends live in Oklahoma and Arkansas. It's so weird. It's so weird. So we get to do road trips. So it's fun.
Yeah. And Missouri is gorgeous. And when we were up in Michigan, we weren't sure where we were going to end up. We literally could have taken a dartboard and just kind of tossed it. We knew that.
Well, the southern half.
Yeah, the southern half.
Anywhere away from the real heavy, long snow.
Yeah, exactly. Now we looked in Arkansas by Fort Scott.
No. So the Big Dreams, Tiny Budget says, what brought you to Arkansas? Well, perfect question for the topic. So we had snowbird is that a term? Snowbirded? We were snowbirds for a couple years, 2 or 3 years. And we had it narrowed down to Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, and Arkansas. And so over the last several years, we spent our winters in each of those respective states. Tennessee, mainly because that's where all of my family is. All my kids are up north, but all my family is in Tennessee.
Yeah,
my dad, all my aunts, everybody. And then we also, Georgia. Did I say Georgia? Yeah. So we've been narrowing down, and we chose those states based on demographics as well as veteran benefits. So there's certain tax relief benefits for veterans in different states, and they all have varying degrees of benefits. So that was kind of what we looked at. And then last winter, we came to Arkansas, and we came via Tennessee. We didn't come down, we came over. Yeah. And at first we were like, oh my gosh, it's flat. It's flat as a pancake. And we're like, yeah. And we ended up spending time here. We spent the whole winter between here and Corpus Christi, and we fell in love with Arkansas. And we started looking at property. Yeah, we started looking.
And that was a big thing, was driving around. Like, we wanted to be, mountains or close to mountains. Like, we didn't want flat land. That was the one thing, and that's why I'm glad she chose to move to Michigan, vice me having to move to Ohio.
Ohio is flat for miles.
So, and we wanted a warmer climate. Like, we know it gets cold here, but it'll snow, and then the next day it's sunny and warm. So
we actually got on citydata.com, and I graphed out the sunny days for all the states we were looking for. And all the locations
you did the work
that we were looking for. Yeah, because I'm someone who loves the sun. I need the sun. He needs
I'm
the
with
sun.
you, girl.
It just makes you feel good, and it just makes you happy. And so even though we're like on the same latitude as my dad, right outside of Knoxville, we have almost twice the sunny days as Knoxville. And so that's a no-brainer. Arkansas is great. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. We're loving it.
Yeah. And the price of land was in
there's
the budget. That really secured the deal. They obviously, like my father-in-law and them, were really pushing for us to go to Tennessee, but
bless their hearts,
we were not going to pay those prices for the land that it was going for.
No.
So
everyone flooded Tennessee during COVID and after. Yeah.
I want to say a quick shout out to Debbie Drock. I read your card earlier, Debbie. Thank you for remembering the boss. That was so sweet of you.
Thank
you.
I
Absolutely love that picture on there. Isn't that adorable? It says Jim Daly by arrangement with Ensada Licensing Group. So Jim did, but I love these kind of pictures. It's so cool. Thank you, Debbie. That was so sweet.
That is sweet.
Hey, Tilted K, you ain't never late, dude. You're okay. You're always on time.
Hi, Eric and Missy. We'll see you guys soon.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna come crash the party. Because that's what we do. I don't even have their address, but I can figure it out. I'll be droning.
I am notorious for overcooking and over preparing. So if we have extras,
no,
yeah, come on down.
We're gonna be kayaking.
Wait,
man.
Is it up? No, it's down. It's down. It's down.
We're kayaking. I next weekend I'm going to the Whiterock Homestead meetup in Pryor.
I'm not. Though.
He's not. He's going to stay home and fit. He's going to be fishing. And then the week after that, Stephen and I at the Backwoods Misfits have our meetup. And
done nothing for a while.
And then break time. Hey, Ian. Hello, sweetheart.
We had such a great time at this meetup. God,
y'all. I know you're inundated with all these Mid-America meetup videos, but I'm going to tell y'all, I've been to a lot of meetups because I'm sort of a social butterfly that way. But I love to visit. That's the one time every year I get to visit my friends that are out of state. And it was, aside from a couple dramas that no one really cared about, it didn't affect me in any way, didn't affect anyone. Right. We blew it off. It was the best meetup I've ever been to. And it was so good.
So that's good to know.
What I loved is so many subscribers came, and we got to meet all these wonderful people that always comment, always in our channel, always doing, showing love and supporting us. And to me, that was worth gold. That was worth gold.
Have you guys been to a lot of meetups before?
No, this was our first. We didn't know anything about it until just a couple weeks before. And I think we were on a live with MT, so Mike and Terry, Marcel and Denise from It's All Grady. They had said, hey, MT is going live. You ought to go check them out. And was telling us about the meetup. And so we're like, okay, we logged in, and I don't know what happened within that live. The next thing you know, we had camper reservations and we were going. So we were never looked back after that. We had a couple weeks to get ready. Of course, he had to go up north, and I think Mike and kind of going off what you said, Jan. The most important, the most special part, well, I can't say the most, but it was a very special part for me, was this lady had come up to me, and I was just like, hi. And she's like, I know you. You're the nurse. I watch your channel.
Oh,
really?
That's awesome.
It made my day. I was blown away because, you put these videos out, and we don't know who watches, and we're just two goofballs that we're just recording our stuff.
Right on.
We're just doing our thing. Living our dream.
We laugh at ourselves, but we don't know if other people find us funny. We're giggling and we're choking.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me like, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. No, you.
Yeah. And so to actually know that someone else is watching and they find humor in that too.
Yes.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Danimals was there, and if it wasn't for him being there, I probably would have been very sad. He made the whole trip worth everything. Yeah, there you go, Dan. You owe me $100.
JB, you did a great job there.
Let me tell you something.
JB, you did awesome.
Rocked it. Hello, Robert at Down Home, and Dale and Lisa. I'm going to tell you, JB did so many behind the scenes stuff at Pure Okie. Y'all don't even ever know. I mean, she got Scott there from Canada. Surprise everyone. The giveaway she did.
She was awesome. She is awesome.
She is probably one of the most giving people I've ever met in my life. And I
may be the most.
Yeah, I gotta tell y'all, I adore JB, even with the hiccups. Yep. Even with the hiccups. Because there ain't no meetup without a hiccup. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
there wasn't much for hiccup. You got it.
I didn't think,
I
think we all just went with it and we flowed with
Yeah.
it. And no one was, we weren't, this is a cool thing. Nobody was on a timeline there. We were there enjoying and fellowshipping and loving each other and just having a great time. And the whole Oak, MT, Tree Haven, Sandra.
That's a funny guy.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
And then all the speakers, Sid at 3 Mississippi, Country Road Cure, Simple Life Reclaimed, Ridge Life, and David at Come On Homesteading, or Come On Outdoors now. We all keep correcting ourselves. Hi, Tina. Hi, Paul.
Has he changed the channel name? Has it already happened?
I think he's already changed it, but it was so laid back. That's what we're hoping for.
I think it's coming.
I think it's coming. I don't think he's done it yet.
He hasn't done it.
Oh, okay. He hasn't put it out yet.
We met so many really cool people at the meetup, and we talked a little bit about it in our live, but we had an exciting thing happen this week. We hit our 1,000 subscribers.
We saw that. Yeah.
Everyone, woo!
Yeah.
Hey, if you're not subscribed, someone put what's your name? No, I'm just kidding. Whiterock Homestead's link up, and go take a minute from our live, go subscribe, watch a video later. Because when I met Tara and Jason on Steven's live, I literally fell in love with these guys because they're my people. You are my people. And when I hugged you and I met you guys, I felt like I had known you all my life. And that's a beautiful thing about meeting others that do YouTube or don't even do YouTube. You feel like you've known each other because you put stock into each other so much. And you've just, I don't even know. I
want to tell them, I was going to comment in your live the other night. When I met you guys, I wasn't subscribed to you, so I went and subscribed to you. And I swear, I want to swear it was 647 when I subscribed to you at the meetup.
Then keep that number because I'm writing down. Yeah, I'm writing down when people tell me what their numbers are. I'm keeping track.
Thank you.
So you're 649?
So I would have been 648.
648, yeah.
I would have been 640 because when I clicked on it, I think I want to say somebody at the meetups was 647. I want to say it was you guys. A couple of the people that I met that I subscribed to that I wasn't subscribed to, I try to remember their numbers. So I want to say you guys were at 647 when I subscribed, which meant I was 648. So when I clicked on your page and I wasn't subscribed yet, it was 647. So I'm 648, and it didn't take long, and you're over 1,000 within a few days.
Like before we got onto the live tonight, we were at 12. Well, that's the other thing I wanted to say and mention also. Like, we're getting tagged in videos, and we are just blown away. We sit there with our mouths going, like, what? Like, everyone's throwing us out and check them out and come on and DD5 and 3 Mississippi and 9 acres. And like, I could go down the list.
They did shout it out, 9 Acre Family Farm. We see you guys
over and over. And we sit back and we're just like, wow.
Yeah, that's it. I just looked right now on the phone and we're at 1290. and that's
1290.
like
That's
we hit our 1,000 a couple days ago, and now it's just
So
Yeah.
you guys have basically doubled since the Friday.
Since the meetup.
Yeah, since
Where'd
the
we
meetup.
go? Where'd we go?
Yeah,
I disappeared.
It's crazy. You know, we would get like the messages are like, oh, you know, you guys are gonna blow up and you're gonna do this, and we're just like, it's hard to like wrap your brain around it because
it
we're
is.
just us and we're just filming us being goofballs and our shenanigans and you know our gooders and our crap-a-doodles and everything else, and like people are resonating with it. Well, some people are resonating with it. Some literally subscribe today because they're like, David at Come On told us to, so we're here.
I didn't
like
tag anyone in my videos for the stuff because there was just so many people. And I was like, I know I should, but I
don't want to leave anybody out either, you know?
Well, I mean,
and that's
too many.
And it's all Grady. I think it started, and I got to give props where props are due.
Yeah,
it's all Grady. You know, they have just embraced us, and we've embraced them, and they introduced us. They introduced us to Tilda K. See, we're goofballs. But it's all Grady. You know, we found one of their videos where they talked about Mountain Home, and we're close to Mountain Home, and we're like, what? Oh my gosh. And we're like, friends, we need friends because we have no one here, you know? And so I'm like, we reached out and they responded, and the friendship just kind of blossomed from there, and they kind of spring launched us. You know, into
and huge support in every step. Like we had talked, we got to go meet them, you know, face to face after she had messaged, and you know, amazing people, and so welcomed us in, and we sat there for hours just chatting. And they convinced us to do our first live because that was a step we weren't sure we were ready for.
We never are. No one's ever ready, ever.
Yeah, so
it's petrifying.
And I think between being in some of the other kind of joint lives, you know, with you guys, Jan, and the group over there, that it just, we said, all right, we're gonna do it, and
we're all in, and mainly because, and you know what, we love seeing what the channel's doing, but what we love more are you guys, and you guys, and everyone in the chats, and those relationships that we're building, because you know you moved to a different state where you know no one. And it's not so much that you're, you know, it's awesome finding friends, but it's also awesome finding like-minded friends. We're all in the same, very similar journey, and it's just awesome. So
that
we're
is
just
a great point, Tara. Like, I know if I need help with woodworking, I can call Ed at Ed's Crazy Adventures. If I need help with machinery, I can call Dale and Lisa. If I need any help with, you know, creating something, I can call Dan's son because he rocks it at Danimals. Big Dreams. Well, she knows everything, so I can call her. And gardening.
And Marine. We watched someone doing a house trailer.
Yes.
It just goes on and on. There, it's like God has knitted us together finely and beautifully that if we need anything, we have our community. And people say, oh, we're in the best community ever. No, this is fantastic. This is God made. This is the Creator's hand in action to me. And so as I watch Mama B at Possum Run Homestead building her tiny cabin and, you know, getting her bus ready for sale. If anyone needs a bus, she's got a beautiful bus for sale. Anyone in here?
I love Mama B.
It is gorgeous. And I've slept in there. I'm telling you, it's comfortable. That's my home away from home before. Now I can't go in because it's for sale. But I mean, you know, realistically, when you become a creator on YouTube, you create a whole new family. Yeah, exactly,
We had
Becky.
no idea.
You do.
Well, and we'll give it.
idea.
We've got it now. We're getting it. Jess from Tree Haven helped us out, and we're gonna start getting some more stuff out there. Whiterock Nation. We would have never come up with a
Whiterock
cool
Nation.
title name.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I
It
was
took us
like,
forever just to come up with our YouTube channel name.
Yeah.
And
No,
we're
I
like, what do we
love
do?
that.
Like, and fine, we'll combine our names and make it. And we just like, I don't know if it'll work. We'll change it if we need to. Like, but yeah.
Hi,
So when he
Patty.
came up with that was awesome.
Whiterock
And
Nation,
it
I
was
get the first T-shirt besides YouTube. I'm just
actually
saying.
Tree
I'm just-
Haven. Tree Haven.
Okay,
got the first
Yeah, you
T-shirt.
gotta give it to him.
okay.
You gotta do him.
We'll let
First
Tree
one-
Haven.
That guy-
I get the second and third.
That guy is a hoot.
Oh, I love.
He
my
is.
Jeff.
And I was like,
adore
great, now
him.
we're going to have to change our name from Whiterock Homestead to Whiterock Nation. He says, no. I've created something for you. You're
Yes.
still Whiterock Homestead. All of
Yes.
your subscribers become a part of Whiterock
Your
Nation.
nation. And
I
when
was
if you ever do memberships, you can have the Whiterock Nation
Yeah.
emoji
Yeah.
and come up with the
What?
logo for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Where?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll join.
we were talking
I
last
wanna
night
be
in the
part of the
live.
nation.
We put it. We got to figure all the emoji thing out yet.
Just
Yeah.
so
Well, once you
our
get,
brains
are you
are all
monetized yet, or have you hit your 4,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We
had
hit
that
all the
before
requirements.
the-
We're just going through the. We're
Did-
going through the
AdSense.
process.
Yeah.
That's keeps kicking us back for one reason or another.
Yeah.
So we're working
Well,
that end of it. But yeah,
Well, cool.
when you go on your AdSense, it took me 3 months because we moved from Texas to Missouri when I first set everything up, and I didn't realize it. Well, it took me 3 months to get my monetization going, and then
wow.
so make sure your AdSense, go on your stuff and look and make sure that's all the same address, all the same email, and all the same phone number and all that stuff. So
Well, we're
if
on
that's
our
in
third
line,
submission.
huh?
Yeah. I said we're on our third submission to AdSense. So we think we got it all worked out, but
Yeah.
we may get another email that kicks us back.
well, and
So
that was the crazy part for us was as we started meeting and talking to more YouTubers, and it was a conversation we kind of had quite a bit over the weekend. Was you find yourself where you get the subscribers, but then not the watch hours, or you have the watch hours and not the subscribers. And that's where we were at. We were above our watch hours before we even showed up to the meetup.
Yeah.
Like we had the watch hours and
Nice.
we just needed the subscribers. And so it was great that, Whiterock Nation stepped up and they came out and got the subscriptions.
And that was 3 Mississippi. They kicked us over the top.
Yes.
I was in their live, because actually we had 2 lives going on at the same time, because Jason and I worked together as a team, and we were in 2 different lives, and Sid was calling everyone out, and there was 4 of us that hit milestones that night. Tim at Ridge Life, us, Whiterock Homestead, DD5, and Lindsay with
Into the Mist.
Yeah, and man, Sid was rocking it out. She was just
Sid and Mike are awesome. I love those guys.
Yeah, and I remember typing in 13 to go, and 5 to go, and then boom, over we were. And
okay, so Josh needs watch hours, so y'all put his playlist up. I mean, we've all been there. I went to a prior meetup with the Crockers, and this was a couple years ago, or a few years, couple years ago. I hit my subscribers and my watch hours that weekend, and it just blew my mind. So
wasn't it I'm probably gonna butcher his first name. I want to call him Jim, but I'm pretty sure it's Jerry at Butler Family Farms, because he's the one. He had his camera running. Jerry, yeah. He had
Very
it
cool to
running.
Ed. Crazy Ed's Adventures. Or Ed's
Yeah.
Crazy Adventures. Yeah.
And if you're a channel and another channel, and this is kind of what we're doing too, and I see other people, throwing it up, what can, I'm this close or I'm that close. And we're there. We've been there, obviously, clearly, just recently. And so even if I'm just working in the cabin or working in the kitchen, I'll throw up a playlist, and I go to their page and I find a playlist and I just click it on to go. And, even if, and I'm still listening passively. So if there's something that strikes me, I'll comment, but, it's just helping out the community, and we're happy to do that. I know, was it Sherman's Acres saying that they still needed the hours?
Sherman's Family Farm.
Sherman's Family Farm. Yeah. So get
Good
on
night,
Sherman's and throw up a playlist and just, click Pat or, click play and go from there. And until 10K, they need.
We've done that a lot for people.
Oh yeah, I've done that for 5 years now. I've just, because people help me. They, you don't always get there alone.
Nobody gets there alone.
Unless you don't network. I mean, networking in YouTube is
huge.
Just huge. And if you don't get out there in other people's lives and communicate, go to meetups, all the things.
Yeah, and this being our first meetup, we were excited because a lot of people we talked to had told us what it was going to be like, so we kind of knew what to expect. But until you're there, you don't fully know it, and we're so excited. Like we came this close. We came in to eat lunch today, and we pulled up the Okie Homestead Expo, which I know is not quite the same, but we almost were like, we're going to go, but we just have too much going on.
Oh, good night, Dad.
We had to agree that we just, at this point in time, we just can't, because the week after that, we're coming to Missouri for the meetup in Missouri. But then we're also turning around, and we have a couple other events that we're already committed to, as well as the Ozark Homesteading Expo. And so
you're gonna like that one.
All of our weekends.
Great.
Yeah, and we have to sit back, and I know we've had a little conversation about it, because as much as we want, like, we continually are digging and diving into the YouTube community and all the events and everything. The fact of the matter is, we still have a homestead to build. And
you
still
have to pace yourself.
Yeah, and so we are pacing ourselves to make sure that we're still, putting out the projects, because we want to continue to bring y'all along on the journey. And so we don't want to overcommit ourselves and wear ourselves out, and we want to remain fresh and accomplish things and get there.
Yeah, you'll be miserable if you can't do everything. And I've been trying to get to the Okie meetup for 3 years now, and I've got many good friends that are there, and I've yet to make it. And I asked Kevin last night if he minded if I went. I'm just going to go up for the day and come back.
But that's the one in Pryor?
In Pryor.
Is that the one? But you went to that last year? Or is that a different one?
No, I did not go last. That was Catoosa for the Crockers.
Oh, okay.
The year before was Crockers Pryor.
Oh, Crockers Pryor.
Yeah.
Okay. I just knew you'd been in Pryor before. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you going to the Ozark one?
Yes, we will be at the Ozark. Actually,
the expo.
The expo
it's in August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in August.
Is it in Marshfield again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same place.
Okay.
I may be speaking at that one, but I
oh God.
I haven't sealed it yet.
I'm gonna stay home.
No, he's not.
No, I'll go.
No,
but
not.
yeah, we missed it last year.
We did.
We went the year before.
Why did we miss it? What were we doing?
I can't remember. There was something happening. We just couldn't make it last year, and then but we went the year before, and it's a good meetup.
It's a
good
Josh.
It's huge. It's a huge expo.
Yeah.
You mean
very good.
I think Living Traditions will be there. What?
Yeah, Living Traditions was there the year
we went.
The year we went, they were not there last year.
No. I'm surprised they're coming back because they're high dollar. They're high dollar.
Really? I kind of figured as much. But you know what? What I love about Living Traditions, though, is they have stayed true to their model. They have stayed true to their model, and they've put out excellent content, and they have really turned into an educator. And
Kevin and Sarah are fantastic people. I actually chased them down at the expo because I had a really important question. Now I can't remember what it is, but I was like, Kevin, Sarah, and they're like, oh yeah, we know who you are. I don't think they did, but they were polite and kind, and we talked for I don't know, about 15 minutes, and went and listened to their speech, and they were just the nicest people. And what's funny is we almost moved. I wanted to move to Ava, where they live, and another YouTuber friend of ours lives. Hi, Marie.
The reason why she said they're high, I mean, they got to take time off of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're teaching a class, right?
Yeah.
Well, they brought a lot of people into that meetup. They can command the money.
Yeah. Sure did.
You know what I mean?
They can.
A lot of people are coming to see them. And so last year, I'll bet you, we didn't go last year, but I'll bet you there wasn't as many people. And they would have been more if they would have had Living Traditions there. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And so they're invited back.
The year they were there, Dutch was
there. Keeping It Dutch was there. There was a lot of people there. The year we went.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But to be fair to Living Traditions, I mean,
they're making I mean, that's their business.
That's their business.
You gotta get paid.
Yeah, they got to get paid
to
do that.
Speaking engagement.
That's they are educated
venue like that without getting paid.
In reality,
it's just like Doug and Stacy are going to be at the Okie one, and that was one of the things where we've watched them for years. We're talking.
Oh my God, I can't even. Yeah. I think
we were watching them before we got together.
5 or 6 years now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right after they moved into Missouri, I saw their video where their old house was, and then they were moving into Missouri, and all that cabin building.
Thank you, Urban Bucket.
So
sorry, they were saying good night. I didn't want them to.
Oh, good night, Urban Bucket.
Sorry.
No problem. You got to say good night. You got to say good night because I'm terrible at the chat. I mean, Jen knows that.
I know it's tilted. Hey, and we appreciate you guys so much, and we know you're there for us, and we appreciate that, and we're there for you too, and we're looking forward to our meetup on Monday, and enjoy that bike ride because you guys deserve it.
And a special thank you to all the servicemen and women that served. Hi, Scott, my buddy.
Special thanks to all the ones who gave all, because that's what it's really about.
That's what it's about.
That's what what it's really about.
Yeah.
So
I have a hard time when people say Happy Memorial Day because I'm like, in my head, I'm not.
It's kind of an oxymoron.
But I sort of, I go there in my head.
Yeah, and you
don't hear it very often.
Really happy about it. It's a somber holiday.
But you don't really
filled with gratitude.
But you don't really hear it that often. People don't say that very often.
Well, I get it all the time.
So. Oh, I don't hardly ever.
So just say, hope you have a great holiday, Jan.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a holiday that is, America's turned into a celebration, but being from military background with my grandfather, he was in the Navy, and we spent some time in Corpus Christi last year, and we're able to tour the Lexington. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I think it was the Lexington. But, my grandparents pretty much raised me, and my grandfather was on the LCS 333. And I always knew that he was just in the Navy, but he was also like a cook because he refused to eat shit on the shingle ever, ever, ever again.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I know. And it wasn't until we went to the Lexington because, I just kind of always thought he was a cook. But what I didn't know was the LCSs were mighty midgets. And they called them the Mighty Midget because they were the, for lack of better words, they were the tanks that went between the shoreline and the big landing craft supports. So
they were protective boats.
They were protective
the larger
boats.
ships.
And so even though so it's a smaller ship, but even though he was a cook, he had to be a shooter too.
Yeah.
And his ship was shot down in Okinawa, and we were able to find a documentary on the Mighty Midgets. So you get on YouTube and check out the Mighty Midgets. That was my grandpapa, and God, I could almost cry. But remembering his stories that he used to tell me, that only 10, there was about 10% of his crew that were actually surviving after they were shot down. Mm-hmm. So, remembering his stories and remembering how he, just say he was resting his eyes, but I know now as an adult, he was fighting back the tears. So as Memorial Day comes through, think about those that did give all and that did have that connection to how strongly it is that you lost somebody. So remember that when you're celebrating.
Exactly. Yeah. Josh, hope to see you Saturday. Super excited. Yeah, I agree, Tara. That was very well said. I just our whole family is military. There's only a couple guys that didn't go. And well, back, when the draft happened, if you're married, you didn't get drafted. My oldest brother didn't.
That's not true.
Well, it was
not entirely true.
It was at that time. He was the sole supporter, so he didn't get drafted. But the only other one was my brother Mike. I don't think that. I don't know.
Sometimes guys just didn't get drafted.
He didn't get drafted, so. But everyone else, we've been Navy, Air Force, Marine, Army, Coast Guard. No, not Coast Guard. What's the other one?
That's it.
And there was one guy that just recently retired.
We got it all covered.
Jovita Navarra. Thank your cousin for his service as well.
Yes, Jovita. Thank you so much.
The Tinkerer's wife says my father was a World War II Marine pilot. Outstanding.
Yeah. My dad didn't fly for Patton, but he flew. He was picked on Patton's team. And I didn't learn that until my brother died. One of my brothers.
My dad was a medic during Vietnam. Big dreams, tiny budget. I'll bet you.
That's awesome.
I'll bet most of the people in this chat have a lot of military background.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
My dad was.
It's just stopping and remembering those instead of just thinking about your, next beer and potato salad.
And next beer and hot bratwurst cooked on the grill.
Yeah.
Right. Well, doesn't mean you can't have them. It just means stop and think about why you're having them.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought my dad flew with MacArthur for years, and I tell everyone that. My brother, at my brother's funeral, he said,
not
Jan,
your brother, your other brother.
At Jean's funeral, my brother Mike told me Dad flew with Patton, and he was handpicked for his team. And I said, no, he flew with MacArthur. He goes, no, Jan, he flew with Patton. And I said, well, where'd I get MacArthur from? And he goes, I don't know, but Patton had a line of like guys standing up, and he said, why do you want to fly with me? And my dad said, because I want to go balls to the wall, something. Patton said, you're in.
That was Patton. That was kind of his character, his kind of character. So.
And hi, Brandy. Oh, hello, sweetheart. So good to see you.
A surgical nurse in the Army VA. That's super cool. As a nurse, kudos to her, Debbie. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulate your granddaughter.
Oh, heck yeah. I couldn't imagine being a nurse. And
Canadian military. Yeah, everyone in the chats. My son is a Marine. Welcome to the Mom Club. Mother of a Marine. Everyone in the chat. You said it right, Kevin. Like everyone, we have a connection.
I figured there would be. Just this is the type of fear that this is the type of community that's going to have like a lot of military ties.
Brandy, I hope I didn't miss you this whole time. I just saw you, but thank you for coming by. So cool. Well, I cannot thank you two crazy kids enough.
Thank you for coming
on our live. I will never forget it. I always had the honor to say we were your first.
I just love your guys' story and so I wasn't gonna even show up tonight because I was gonna be like off in the background.
I wouldn't let you not show up.
I know, right, girl?
Usually, like when we have like a couple, if we have somebody else on or like like other people, like say like Jan has like 2 other people like in the basement and has a screen full of people. I don't want to be on that because
he doesn't like that.
I don't like it because just too many people, and a lot of people don't get to participate in the conversation. I think if you have like, you know what I mean? It's just it gets to be too much. And so, but tonight it wasn't. And so, but that's why I was like, it's Jason and Tara's night. Just you interview, you talk to them and stuff like that. But then, you guys made me get up here. So then I wanted you to tell everybody your story about how y'all met, because when I heard that, I thought it was just great. I thought it was awesome. I didn't know if anybody, if you had told other people or not. So,
no, we hadn't. We really hadn't even crossed that line actually with anything yet. But glad you brought it out. We knew it was going to come at some point.
Yeah.
Stop that.
He just, he's like, I'm not going to come on tonight. And I said, oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to say real quick, back to country. Yeah, I seen it. 30 years. We've been catching up on his channel. And 30 years in, like,
wow,
I dreamed about getting maybe that far. I was going to be happy with, a 20-year retirement. And as you got closer, it just looked further and further away. So for me, as a retired vet, thank you for your service. And we're definitely looking forward. I think we're like episode 2 on his Bubba Files. So definitely excited for that one. That's been good so far.
At Back to Country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just can't say enough.
I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to keep you guys any longer. I'm sure there's other people trying to get on. We're running a little bit past. We usually try to keep it right at about an hour, but your conversation was so good. And man, I just meeting you guys this last weekend was just fantastic. We had a great time.
Couple weeks.
And we'll see you soon. So
absolutely. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Go subscribe to Whiterock Homestead.
Go subscribe to
Become a part of Whiterock Nation.
We are the Whiterock Nation. Dang, I didn't change my
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
I love y'all. Thank you for coming on and spending your time with us. And hey, everyone in the chat, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for coming and supporting Tara and Jason and us. We love you so much. And I mean, when I say I appreciate y'all, I mean,
she's gonna start crying. So
I love y'all. I do.
I know. I'm an emotional person too. So we'll cry together. It's all good.
I do. I get the ugly cry going.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate it because it's an hour you'll never get back of your life. But
you spent it with us for some weird reason.
Us, and we love you for that. And so appreciate it. Scott, I just want to tell you, my brother, I was so happy to meet you. Oh my God.
Rambling with the Brums?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He is a hoot.
And if we missed
he gave me a big hug right when he met me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I know we weren't really paying attention to the comments, so let us know.
We're terrible about it. So I'm terrible at it.
He's terrible. I try to keep up a little bit. But... Okay. Y'all go check out Whiterock Homestead Nation.
Whiterock Nation. Whiterock Nation.
All right.
Whiterock Homestead.
Whiterock Homestead. We will see you in a couple weeks. And y'all be blessed and love well. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate you.
All right.
We love
Bye,
you guys.
Jason. Bye, Tara.
Bye-bye.
Bye.